And we've been studying the B7 quality tools. And this is a series of YouTubes that's going to actually show you how to do them in Excel 365.
Welcome to another video. In this video, we'll create histogram using the statistics chart that's been added to Excel 365. For this video, I prepared the data that we'll be using. So I'm just going to highlight this. Creating histogram is similar to creating any chart in Excel right now. Just first highlight the data that you have, and we're going to go to Insert. You will see in the middle here says Insert Statistics Chart. So if you click on the arrow, you will see that there are two charts that's available now for stats, the box plot and the histogram. Clicking on histogram, you will get the chart. As you can see here, there's no gaps between the bars. Excel automatically select the bins. You don't have to go through analysis toolpack to do all of that. However, Excel automatically chooses the bin widths and the number of bins. So we're going to change that. Plus, anything that you can do with a bar graph or a pie graph, changing the bar's color or individual bar color, you can do that. Our main concern here is to go and change the number of bins or the bin width. So we're going to right click on the horizontal axis. And we're going to say format axis. Now you can see here that the axis option for the bins are automatically chosen by Excel. You can have here two things. Either you can choose the bin width, or you can choose the number of bins. So if we choose the number of bins, let's say 5, you will see that now Excel will have 5 bins. And it automatically detects the lowest, which is 20, the highest, which is 40, and divide them over 5 bins. That's why each bin is between 20, 24, 24, and 28, and so on. If you want to go with the bin widths, you can say, well, let's keep the bin widths 5. So I want to go 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, and 35 to 40. And you can see that now we have 4 bins because we specified the number of bins. Okay. Other than that, the rest is the same as what we did with any bar or pie chart. You can change the color of individual bars. You can change the title. You can insert any features that we discussed in other videos when we did histogram, pie chart, bar chart, or column chart. So to repeat, simple as select your region, go to Insert, choose histogram, then right-click on the horizontal axis, go to Format axis, and you can either choose the bin width or the number of bins that you want, or you can choose automatic if you want to keep it automatic, or you can choose by category. This is if the categories are not numbers. If these are not numbers, Excel will group the values by category. Let's say you have frequency table of colors, favorite colors, then you can do it that way. Trick marks, numbers, all of this are similar to other charts that we discussed before. So this is how simple it is right now to do a histogram in Excel. You don't have to go through specifying the bins and going to them.
Okay. So enough of that. Now we're going to look at the Pareto and Ogive.
In this tutorial, I will teach you How to create a Pareto chart in Excel in 2 simple steps. Step 1. Select your data. 1 column for the causes, 1 column for their impacts. There is no need for the data to be sorted. Step 2. Select Pareto chart in the ribbon. To do so, select Insert, then Insert Statistical Chart, then Pareto. And that's it. Congratulations! The Pareto chart you get is then ready to be customized. For more details, simply visit our website, paretoanalysis.tools. Bye for now.
So that was pretty quick. Control charts. This one's a little more involved. And then there's more practice here on histograms. And this is using the data analysis pack. Or no, data. This data analysis pack. You can do both histograms and Paretos off of that. And if you want to set up a normal distribution deal, here's some more Pareto, how to do it from scratch. And more scatter diagrams, but let's go to control charts here.
At KPMG, it's our people who make the difference for our clients. Talented teams leveraging the right technology to uncover insights that illuminate opportunity.
Welcome back. Let's look at using Excel to develop X-bar and R control charts. You can see from the screen here the data that we're going to use in this example. The data is from this problem 20-20. This data represents filling weights of coffee cans. And so let's develop X-bar and R control charts. You can see the formulas here for those charts. The center line for the X-bar chart is X double bar, which is the average of the X-bars. Center line for the R chart is R bar, which is the average of the ranges. So let's start by just calculating the average for each of these. And then we can just copy this down. And then the range, which will just be equal to the max of these values minus the min, the minimum of the same set of values, these 5 observations. Then we can copy this down. The X bar that will be on our X bar control chart, and the R will be on our R control chart, and we just find the average of these equals average. Average of the X bars we call X double bar. And then we can really just copy it over, find the average of these ranges. And so there's the X double bar and R bar, which we'll need. Now for the X bar control chart, the center line is equal to X double bar. So I can just put a link equals to X double bar. I use the F4 key to make that a fixed reference. And then copy it down the page. And then let's go ahead and do the same thing with the range control chart. The link is R bar. Again, F4 key. And then copy it down the page. Okay, so now let's find the lower and upper control limits for the X bar chart. You can see it's our X double bar plus or minus the constant A2, which in advance I found these constants from a table. The table is very commonly available, and it's indexed by sample size n, which would be 5. There are 5 observations, and so for n equals 5, A2 is this 8.577. So I can just say equals X double bar, and freeze that, and minus the constant A2, again freeze that, and multiply it times R bar. And by freezing each of those references, the lower control limit is going to be a horizontal line, so it should have the same value in all of those. And we could just copy this over and then change the minus to a plus, and then copy that down, and that would give us our upper control chart limit. For the range chart, lower control limit is D3 times R bar. Again, from that same table of constants, I looked up and found this value based on sample size n, and then multiply that times the R bar, and just copy it down. And then for the upper control limit equals the constant D4 fixed reference times R bar fixed reference. And then you can copy this down. Okay. Now we have the values for creating the charts, and so if we were to highlight this X bar range and then highlight the control limit range and go to insert and line, and then we would get the beginnings of creating this X bar control chart. As you can see, the upper center line, lower control limits, and then our value for X bar. X bar chart, the name of the chart tells us what's plotted on the chart. And in a similar way, we could chart the range chart, highlighting the range and then a set of 3 columns here. And that's it. That's how we can use Excel to create X bar and R control charts. See you next time.
Okay, so one more video we want to look at. Scatter diagrams.
I don't know how I used to work before Monday.com.
The work management platform?
Come in.
Nah, I don't like people telling me how to work. I have my own ways.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. Make a scatter plot so we can do simple regression.
Welcome! Here we come with another quick and easy video tutorial on how to make a simple scatter plot in Excel, which is useful if you want to make a visual representation of a relationship between 2 separate sets of data. Let's have a look at how to do that. Hello and welcome to EasyClick Academy. My name's Maria, and together with our EasyClick team, we're here to make sure you'll be able to use Excel in a quick and easy way thanks to our digestible video tutorials. In Excel, there are various types of charts available to visually display collected data. In previous video tutorials, we had a look at how to create a line graph or a bar chart. Here we'll focus on the scatter plot, which we'll use to show the relationship between cost and profit. Before we get started though, it's essential to point out a couple of important details. First, it's crucial to realize that unlike other chart types, the scatter plot standardly works with numbers. The X as well as Y axis will consist of numerical data only. Then it's good to know that well-prepared data within a clear table can be of great help, because when you simply select 2 columns with values to be used in the plot, the column on the left will appear on the horizontal X-axis, and the column on the right will be displayed on the vertical Y-axis. Therefore, take your time and make sure to organize the collected data within a table with great care. Once a clear data table has been prepared and we've selected the values to be used in the chart, we can insert the scatter plot in several easy clicks. Go to the Insert tab, find Charts, and the option Scatter. Click on it. There are numerous possibilities to choose from. We'll use this simple scatter plot, the first one at hand. Excel will create the scatter plot and insert it within the area of the sheet. Just as we mentioned a while ago, the values from the column on the left, cost, are on the x-axis, and the data from column on the right, profit, show on the y-axis. The dots we see in the plot are the points where the values for cost and profit intersect on the x and y axes. For example, this point here shows the cost-profit relationship for the product A, where the cost value is 400 and the profit value 100. The scatter plot is great for visual representation of a relationship between any sets of data. Let's have a closer look now at several possibilities how we can modify the plot to achieve the result we need. The position of the chart in the sheet can easily be adjusted just by clicking anywhere into the empty space of the chart area, holding the left mouse button and dragging the whole chart wherever in the sheet you need. To change the size of the chart, click on any corner of the chart area and adjust the size by dragging one of the empty circles. And if you click on the chart title, you can change the chart name to any text you want. We'll go for cost-profit relationship here. And let's keep going. If you need to choose a suitable color or chart style, click on the empty space in the chart area again. Go to the Chart Design tab, and through the button Change Colors, you can choose a color to your liking, whichever you need. To change the chart style, stay in the Chart Design tab, Chart Styles, and click on this arrow pointing downwards. You'll see different plot styles you can select from. Pick the one that best suits your needs. Now, one more thing to remember. The plot is dynamic, which means that when you rewrite any value within the data table, the change gets automatically reflected in the plot. Let's say we'll take the value 400 for the product A and write it to 150 instead. You can see that the position of the point for the product A in the plot has changed too. If you're curious to know when to use and how to create other chart types, or how to modify these charts, you can find it all in our EasyClick tutorials. Separate videos allow you to find and watch just what you want.
All right. Recording. All right. So the only other thing you need to do is add a trend line. Usually a linear. This is simple regression. And then you can display the equation and display the R value. And move those up there. And then we got, you can do all kinds of stuff with scatter diagrams if you want, if you're interested. And more histogram, Pareto, more histogram. And that's what we got for you.